Welcome everyone. My name is Laura Strengths and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Glad you could join me today. I'm going to show you how I created this card. It's called Triple Easel Panel Card. It's quite easy to do once you get your cutting measurements done correctly. I've done a bit of preparation beforehand, so it doesn't take as long as what it might look. The first one I did was in this Ever Eden DSP. It's now retired, and it was a lovely paper when it was first put out, and it's since retired, but I've still got a little bit there. As you can see, I've put little stoppers here to hold each panel up. And as you can see, it's not that difficult to make. It's just where you make sure that you cut where you need to. This one here is in the latest Tea Boutique DSP. Really nice pack of DSP. And I've decorated with some embellishments and things from the suite as well. And here I've put little stoppers down the side with the little hearts. It's a double heart there, then I've got embellishments on the top of that, but they're all sitting up. Well, these ones are sitting up on dimensionals as well, which helps it to hold it up, and it will lie flat. It's just a standard size card. Once it lies flat, so it will go in a standard envelope. So that's the project for today. Just a couple of things to mention that you might be interested in. When I find where I've put my little brochures. Cards by Laura is where I have all my creations in. If you're interested in purchasing or having a look at what's in there, I'm happy for you to case any cards that are in there, and just go into Cards by Laura and you'll find what you need in there. And also I've got a tips and tutorials page. This is where all my measurements are for all my creations, my YouTube videos. I'll also have links in there to the videos if you're not a subscriber to my channel just yet. I would love you to subscribe. I do the videos every Monday at 9 AM. At this stage I'm just doing one a week, and yes, you can view them in there on YouTube, and this is where all the instructions and measurements are. You can get the instructions today if you just by watching the video. So we'll get started. Hopefully it won't take too long for you. As usual, I've done up a sheet with some measurements on that you can take a screenshot of. Our base today, and I've chosen the Textured Chic DSP, and I'll get all the bits out that I've got ready so far without dropping them on the floor. They're all the measurements you'll need, and I'll explain these mats here when we get to them, depending whether you want to use the same size of the same side of the pattern, or if you want to reverse your pattern. It's a little bit different how you would do it with that. Everything else is pretty much straightforward. So that's those. Now we'll get started. My base, I've chosen Petal Pink. It goes nicely. All the colours for your cardstock, for your DSP, are on the backs of the DSP packs. All the colours that go with coordinate with the DSP. This base is 6 inches by 8.5, and I'm going to score it, which I haven't done yet, on the long side at 4 1/4. I'll do that in a sec. Then I've got my inside mat, which is just a standard size in here, and this one I've got gold on it. It is, where have I got that one? Inside mats. 5 3/4 by 4, and that's in the Soft Suede that I'm doing today. And then the white piece here is 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. So that's those two. I've just stamped a bit of decoration down the side here. This stamp is in the, oh, there's two stamps there. It's in the Textured Chic, or I think that's the name of the set. I'll just get the set out for you. Seasons of Chic is the name of the set, and it comes with dies. Lovely set. I wasn't sure whether I wanted the stamp set and dies at the beginning. I did purchase the DSP way ahead of the stamp set and dies, but this one here I'm using today, and a lot of the shells as well, and I hope you like what I've chosen to do. That's the set, and that's those two bits. We can do those last. And then all of these pieces, now I've gone ahead and cut some of these ahead of time, and I've also matted them against each other. I've still got one to cut. They measure, this is this piece here, the Soft Suede, they're 4 inches by 1 3/4, and you need 3 of those, which is this lot here, which I've already cut these ones here to start with. So there's 3 of those, and then the mats, depending whether you want the same pattern, top and bottom. If you choose to flip it over or use a different pattern altogether, you need 6 of the DSP mats. If you want the same pattern all the way through, which I've never done the same pattern yet, then you will just need 3 pieces, because these are the opposites to that there. That's what's cut off the bottom. So if you do the same pattern top and bottom, you just need 3 pieces of DSP. But to alternate your patterns, you'll need 6 of. Those will be scrap, but I always use my bits of scrap later. And I'll show you how we're going to cut those. I'll just put those aside for a sec. So we'll just get our trimmer and scoring done. Now this one here, I'm scoring at 4 1/4, which is half the 8 1/2. That's the card base. Make sure we score and don't cut. And I'm going to fold that. I'll just put that up there for a sec. And I'll show you how we're going to cut the strips. So what you need to do, you put this with your short side at the top. I'll move down a fraction, and you're going to cut at 2 inches, but you're only going to cut to this center score line. Make sure the card is folded out flat, otherwise if you go that way, you're going to end up cutting right across the whole 2 layers of card. So from there, and I'm just going to stand up for this so that I can see where I need to cut to. What I find easy is to put just a pencil line just where your score line is. So you can, and I start at the, because I tend to, if I go this way down, I tend to go too far, whereas if I start on the score line and go up, you don't seem to make a mistake. Then we're going to go across to the 4-inch mark. You can put a bit of pencil line just on the score line if you can't see it as well. This one's not too bad. Start down here on the score line and cut up. So you end up with 3 panels at the front. That's pretty easy. I'll just rub out those pencil marks before we get started so we don't cover them over or have them showing later. Right, that's the basis of the card. Now, with your mats, your Soft Suede, which is your matte cardstock mat at the base, I just tend to lay it horizontal this way. Put your point, you're going to cut, or what I call it is cut from top right to bottom left. So if you put your point there from the top right down to the bottom left and put the points exactly in the track, so you cut them nice and straight. Hold it out here and cut. So you're going to do all three exactly the same. So you end up with that. I'll just move that aside for a sec, and they will sit on here. Oh, we haven't scored yet. Got to score this. I knew I'd forgotten something. What we're going to do, we're going to turn these flaps, two of them, under. I'm going to start with this top one, and you're going to score because you want this to fold in the center, like so it will sit up like that. So we're going to go top right to bottom left, as we did when I did that cut piece before, and put the point of your where you've cut here in the track, and this point here in the track. Cutting blade out of the road. You can start anywhere you like with this, and it should only go to there, which is where it's gone to, right in the corner. Then flip that one under, flip the bottom one under, and do the same again. Put that on the track, and this corner angle here in the track. I'm going to start at the bottom and score. And that's correct. And then the same with the bottom one. Make sure these others are flipped under so it's easier to get at. And this one will go down to the corner of the score line here, starting with the point up here. Hold it in place and score. And that's all the scoring. Got a little bit more cutting. So then we can fold these, and if you fold so it's right in the corner there, which is where you would have scored, out to the point, and burnish that. The same again. So they're folding under into a mountain fold, like so. Get it so that it's down right to the point. You can, if you haven't scored it right to the end, you can pull it as you go and burnish that across. And then the last one, down to the point, flip that out of the road. So that's our three pop-up pieces. So now we're right to decorate those. Now I've done that mat there. I've already done those mats. Now, as I explained before, you need, if you're using two different sides of the DSP, you need two pieces, because you still need to cut from top right to bottom left. This will be, I'm going to use my top piece here, top right to bottom left. Move that out of the road. And I'm only going to use that top piece on that one. That one will be spare, and then we'll go top right to bottom left again on your other pattern. If you use the same pattern, you can just use both pieces. I prefer to coordinate it with two different colours. And on this one, we're going to use the bottom section, which is that one there. And those two will be spare along with the others. So that's how you do those. I can adhere all those together. What have I got? Oh, I want that at the top. Just make sure I've got the right bits here. I've got, if you put them around the right way, it helps. That spotted gold pattern I'm having at the top, and I'm having this one at the bottom, and that one will be the other spare one that I cut off before. So I'll just get my mat, adhesive mat, and my Tombow. And we'll glue these down. I've used Tombow for all of these, so you've got a little bit of wiggle room to get them on nice and straight. And you've got that little 1/8, 1/16 border all the way around. That'll be the top one, and this will be the bottom one. I do love the colours in this paper. It is so pretty. I've made quite a few projects using this, and it teams up nicely with gold. I could have put gold mats with this, but I did the gold with the Eden's Garden one, so I thought I'd change it up a bit. This Soft Suede is one of the colours in the DSP, goes nicely with this. Also, I found, and it's not listed on the back, the smoky slate colour goes nice with the greys and the pinks as well. So that's all our mats, and we can put those on. So I'm going to decorate after. I've got an idea in mind of how to decorate. I'll bring my mat back. You'll have to bear with me while I glue all these on. I didn't want to do too much ahead of time. I needed to show you how to cut as well. So this one will come in at the top. Nice little border all the way around, so you can still see your pink underneath. And then coordinate with the other pattern. I have my granddaughter's engagement this Saturday night. I'm looking forward to that. Let's move that in a little bit. This is what's good when you've got a bit of wiggle room, that you can move them around a little. I'm not sure where everyone lives. I've lived in Australia all my life. I've lived in Queensland all my life, and I've lived in Brisbane all my life. I've seen a lot of places around Australia. I've been to every capital city in Australia a couple of times. I've been out west in Australia. I've been overseas. I've been to England. I've been to Thailand. My daughter-in-law's from Thailand, so I've been there quite a few times. Not recently because of COVID. I'm not going to go anywhere. My last trip I went to New Zealand. That was back in 2020, a couple of years ago. We just got back before they shut the borders over there for a holiday for my birthday, and COVID hit, so we quickly came home, and I haven't been pretty much anywhere since, except within Australia. We do a few holidays down the coast and around locally, just day trips and things. Love the weather here. And the last one. The decoration that I'm using today, it's all cut from the Seasonal Chic stamp set, or the dies, Chic dies, and they're really, really pretty. The only one I'm probably won't use as much are the snowflakes. The whole idea of this suite is it's got all 4 seasons. There's flowers for spring, the seashells are summer, autumn is, I'm not sure what the autumn one is, I can't remember now, and then the snowflakes are for winter. So you've got all 4 seasons that you can create cards with. So that's that piece. Now my decorations, I've got a little dish of decorations here. My stoppers, I'll put this inside piece in first so that I can put my stoppers in to see where I want it to sit up. So this is just going to go the white piece onto the mat. This card fits in a standard envelope, so no need for extra postage. As long as you don't put too much bulk in it. I don't think it'd cost you that much more anyway if it was a little bulky. And then I'm going to put that in on the base. Don't think I chose any ribbon on this. I've got a lot of embellishments, but no ribbon. I don't always put ribbon on my cards. So that's that. Now to gauge, got a couple of marks on that. That'll be fine, you won't see them, they'll be underneath. What I've got, all these little embellishments. That's my greeting. And I've got a couple of those. And these three here are going to be my stoppers. These are cut out of the snowflakes, and I've cut two and joined them together so that it makes it a little bit more full. And I've put a small dimensional on the back, and they're just going, if you just pop it up like so, and it's going to sit there and hold that up. So I'll just take the back off that. You can pop it up as high as you like. I just make it look as though it's meant to sit where it is. So that's that one. And I have got little embellishments to go on the top of that as well. We'll do those in a sec at the end. And this one, try and get them at the same angle. Excuse my head. Just put that in there. Try and line them up down the side so they're pretty even. You can scatter them down the side here. I think I've the green one, I think I scattered no, they're all the same, but you can move them in and out. I wouldn't put them too far in. And that one will sit up there. Just make sure you've got stoppers that are high enough that it will hold it up. If you've got anything too low, these rhinestone or these embellishments on these, I've put a gold thing behind, and then I've got a little cut bits of dimensionals at the back, so that sort of sat them up a bit. You need something with a little bit of height to hold them up. So that's those bits. Now I've got my greetings going in the centre. This is out of the same set, wishing you the best birthday ever, and I've just die cut it out with one of the new layering dies. It's in that set. Should have got them out. Stitch shapes dies. There's squares, circles, and a couple of banner ones. So I'm going to set, and this piece here, I shall get the set out and show you. This is this, and it makes such a lovely detail, and I cut it into pieces. I cut a couple of bits and then just chopped it up, which is really nice, and that's going to sit on the centre here. Now you don't really want it to, I tried not to get it so it was going to sit up over the top of that, because otherwise this has got to you've got to keep tucking that underneath. So I kept it down flat. Doesn't matter if it hangs over this bottom section. I've put some dimensionals on the back. And just a piece of the little cutout detail. I'm just going to keep it over that side. So that will still sit up fine like that. Then I've got, where was this piece? Oh, that's my spare piece that was left over after I'd cut up a heap of pieces. Down the bottom panels here, I'm just going to put these are out of the same set again, the little flowers, and I'm just going to lay them flat. I don't want them up. So I'll just put a tiny little bit of glue in the centre. on that and pop them on there. I've got 3 of these. I'll just put them at different angles. I'll just pop a little bit around the edge to hold them down a little bit. That one should be fine. These are the flowers. There's a couple of different flowers in the set that you can decorate with. And they're cut out of the gold foil, just the standard gold foil that's in your annual catalogue. That's those. And then I've got these. This is one of the shells. I've cut that out of Petal Pink. The top shell is out of the gold. It's a different shaped shell. And then I'll just put a little piece of the detailed stuff at the back. So that one's going to go here. And I'm keeping it down above the top of the layer thing again. I might put it up on dimensionals. It's already got the greeting up, so it won't matter if this is up. I'll just put a couple at the back of that. You won't see them with all that clutter behind. Although you can a little bit. I think I might take them off and put them flat. Excuse me for mucking you around. I won't see the back of that. You can see the dimensionals through it, which I don't like. I'm going to take that off. Peel that little bit off. And I'm just going to put some glue at the back of that. I knew there was a reason I didn't put the dimensionals on to start with. So I'll just sit that on that corner, down flat, and it shows a little bit of detail hanging off the edges. And then the top one I've got similar, just on a different angle, and it's a different piece of the detail. Put a bit of glue at the back of that one. Put him on a different angle again. Make sure it's inside the perimeter of the card. You don't want it hanging out over the edges or it's not going to go in your envelope. So that's that. And just take that little bit of mess off. That's those. And that's it. That's how quick that one is. Now I will put some embellishments on those, a couple of bits, and I've chosen, which I only got the other day as well, these brushed metallic adhesive dots. I think they're in the annual catalogue from memory. Really pretty, all different colours. It doesn't tell you on the pack what colours they are, but I think it tells you in the catalogue. And I'm just going to use the gold ones again. Although that colour there would look nice as well. I might use this colour. We'll just use these small ones. Yes, I like that. Plus you can see it more on top of the gold. And I'll just put a couple on the greeting. That will be enough. It's quite busy already. So that is the card, and then it pops up like so. Oh, I was going to put some, which I will do, on top of. Let's just do these last couple. I knew I was going to put some on. Probably doesn't need it. It's up quite high as it is. But I will, just to finish it off, one on each of those. I like the inside just as much as the outside. And they will all pop up like that. And that's my card. That's all 3 cards. I hope you liked that idea. I did case it from someone else, but that was a long time ago. But give it a go. It's quite easy to do. Just follow my measurements and instructions, and hope you enjoyed my video today, and I'll catch you all again next week. Bye for now.